I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all.
When 13-year-old Angelina Jordan stepped barefoot onto the America's Got Talent Champion stage in 2020 and delivered a hauntingly reimagined version of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody that left Judge Heidi Klum speechless and earned an instant golden buzzer, nobody expected that this Norwegian prodigy would transform that single moment into a multi-million-dollar empire, a major record deal with Republic Records, and a luxurious lifestyle that includes homes in both Oslo and Los Angeles, proving that sometimes the most powerful voices come in the smallest, shoeless packages. Angelina Jordan possessed an undeniable force from the moment she opened her mouth at 18 months old, singing Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" with shocking precision. This Norwegian sensation had already conquered Norway's Got Talent at age 8 and performed for President Barack Obama and Quincy Jones. But America's Got Talent champions would catapult her into international superstardom. Critics questioned whether someone with her professional resume belonged on a talent competition. Skeptics doubted that a teenager could sustain a career built on jazz standards and old soul classics. Yet through every doubt, every comparison to legends like Billie Holiday and Amy Winehouse, Angelina's otherworldly voice would prove powerful enough to silence them all and build a career worth millions. Join us as we tell you what really happened to Angelina Jordan from America's Got Talent. The atmosphere in the AGT Champions audition room crackled with anticipation as Angelina Jordan made her entrance, a petite 13-year-old girl with long dark hair walking barefoot across the stage with the kind of quiet confidence that immediately captured attention. Hosts Terry Crews and his wife Rebecca engaged with Angelina backstage, learning about her remarkable journey from winning Norway's Got Talent at age 7 to becoming an international phenomenon. But what made Angelina truly unique wasn't just her voice. It was her bare feet, a trademark she had maintained for years as a promise to a shoeless girl she had met while traveling with her grandmother in Asia. At age 6, Angelina had given that girl her own shoes and vowed to perform barefoot forever to remind people of children suffering around the world. The judges, Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and Alicia Dixon, watched with curiosity as this young Norwegian girl stood alone on that massive stage. When Angelina revealed she would be singing Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, eyebrows raised throughout the theater. The song is notoriously difficult, a 6-minute epic that demands vocal range, emotional depth, and the courage to tackle one of rock's most beloved anthems. Most contestants avoid it entirely. Those brave enough to attempt it usually stick close to the original arrangement, hoping Freddie Mercury's ghost won't haunt them for their efforts. Then Angelina began to sing, and everything anyone thought they knew about Bohemian Rhapsody dissolved into something entirely new. Accompanied only by gentle guitar and piano, Angelina transformed Queen's bombastic rock opera into an intimate jazz ballad dripping with melancholy and soul. Her voice emerged not as the uncertain warble of a nervous teenager, but as something that seemed channeled from another era entirely. The Amy Winehouse-esque quality of her vocals, mature and weathered beyond her years, made the audience lean forward in their seats. She wasn't covering the song. She was reimagining it, owning it, making it hers in a way that felt both reverent and revolutionary. As Angelina moved through the iconic lyrics, her interpretation stripped away all the theatrical elements and revealed the raw emotional core beneath. The judges sat motionless, their expressions transforming from skepticism to absolute astonishment. Howie's mouth hung open slightly. Simon Cowell, the man who has heard everything, looked genuinely surprised. Alicia Dixon's eyes glistened with tears. But it was Heidi Klum whose reaction would become the stuff of act legend. The supermodel and judge sat completely transfixed, her hand covering her mouth, tears streaming down her face as this 13-year-old Norwegian girl delivered what many would later call the best golden buzzer performance in the show's history. When the final note faded into silence, Heidi Klum didn't wait for the applause. She didn't consult with her fellow judges. She didn't even let Angelina finish her bow. Heidi leaped from her seat and slammed her hand down on the golden buzzer with such force and speed that it became the fastest golden buzzer in act history. The theater erupted. Golden confetti rained from the ceiling as the judges gave Angelina a standing ovation. Heidi rushed onto the stage, embracing Angelina and crying openly, telling her through tears that this was one of the most beautiful performances she had ever witnessed. The YouTube video of Angelina's audition would go viral instantly, accumulating millions of views within hours and earning praise from Queen's official Twitter account, which tweeted, "Wow, what a rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody." But the journey was far from over, and with viral fame came intense scrutiny that would test Angelina's resolve in ways she hadn't anticipated. As she prepared for the finals, critics began questioning whether someone with her extensive professional background truly belonged on a talent competition meant to discover unknown performers. Unlike most contestants who audition with nothing but dreams and potential, Angelina arrived with an impressive resume that read like a seasoned professional's career highlight reel. She had won Norway's Got Talent at age 8. She had performed at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. She had sung for Quincy Jones at his 85th birthday celebration at London's O2 Arena. She had appeared on Little Big Shots and multiple international television programs. She had released EPs, albums, and music videos. She had over 500,000 Instagram followers. To some viewers, this wasn't the story of an underdog discovering her potential. This was an established artist using ACT as a launching pad for American market penetration. The backlash on social media grew heated, with comment sections filling with accusations that the show was rigged, that Heidi's golden buzzer was predetermined, and Angelina's presence on the show was unfair to truly amateur performers. Some questioned whether it was even legal for someone with her professional experience to compete. The criticism cut deep, as it always does when you're a 13-year-old girl trying to prove yourself worthy of the opportunity you've been given. What America's Got Talent didn't tell viewers was that despite her previous successes in Norway and Europe, breaking into the American music industry represented an entirely different challenge. Angelina had been offered record deals after winning Norway's Got Talent, but had turned them all down, waiting for the right moment and the right partnership. She was living in Los Angeles, attending school like a normal teenager, trying to balance homework and friendships with a career that had already spanned 6 years. The pressure of competing on American television, where millions more viewers would judge her every note, weighed heavily on her young shoulders. She was far from the safety net of her Norwegian fan base, navigating a foreign entertainment industry known for chewing up and spitting out child stars. The doubt crept in during quiet moments. Would Americans embrace her jazz-infused style? Could she translate her European success to this massive new market? Was she ready for this level of exposure? But Angelina had supporters who believed in her unwaveringly. Her mother Sarah and father Jerry, who had accompanied her to Los Angeles, reminded her daily why they had moved across the ocean. Her grandmother Mary, an Iranian artist who had first introduced Angelina to jazz legends like Billie Holiday at age 3, sent constant messages of encouragement from Norway. Most importantly, Angelina possessed something that no amount of criticism could diminish, a voice that music industry legends from Quincy Jones to David Foster had called once in a generation. She would prove the skeptics wrong not with words, but with performances that would cement her place as one of ACT's greatest discoveries. It was during the AGT Champions Finals that Angelina Jordan truly validated Heidi Klum's faith in her and reminded everyone why legends like Quincy Jones had been blown away by her talent. For her final performance, Angelina chose Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, another iconic song that required both technical precision and emotional maturity to execute properly. But once again, Angelina wasn't interested in simply covering a beloved classic. She reimagined it in the style of Sarah Bareilles' jazzy interpretation, slowing down the tempo, adding unexpected vocal runs, and infusing every lyric with a word wariness that seemed impossible for someone who had just entered her teenage years. As she began to sing, closing her eyes and letting the music wash over her, the theater fell silent. Her voice soared through Elton John's poetic lyrics about leaving behind fame and fortune, about choosing authenticity over illusion. The irony wasn't lost on the audience. Here was a 13-year-old girl singing about the burdens of celebrity while standing on one of the world's biggest stages, already carrying years of professional experience on her young shoulders. The performance was breathtaking, each note delivered with precision and soul, Her barefoot stance on that stage, a constant reminder of her promise to remember those less fortunate even as she climbed toward her own success. The judges couldn't contain their reactions. Howie Mandel stood before she finished the final note, his face radiating admiration and respect. Simon Cowell nodded approvingly, acknowledging that this young Norwegian girl had just delivered something special. Alicia Dixon applauded enthusiastically, clearly moved by the artistry on display, and Heidi Klum stood with tears in her eyes once again, vindicated in her golden buzzer choice, watching as Angelina proved she belonged on that stage regardless of her previous accomplishments. Social media erupted with praise. Twitter began trending with Angelina's name and variations of "Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road." Instagram comments flooded in by the thousands, with viewers declaring this one of the best finals performances in AGT history. Music critics praised her mature artistry. Even those who had questioned her presence on the show found themselves forced to admit that this level of talent transcended any debate about amateur versus professional status. The performance wasn't just good. It was the kind of transcendent television moment that reminds people why they love music in the first place. When the final results came in, Angelina did not win AGT champion. The victory went to another act. And while some fans cried robbery in comment section and social media posts, Angelina's failure to claim the championship would prove to be just the beginning of her story, not the end. Sometimes losing on a talent show is the best thing that can happen to a young artist, because it frees them from the obligations and expectations that come with victory and allows them to write their own narrative. The luxurious lifestyle that Angelina Jordan enjoys today, in 2025, stands as testament to the power of talent, strategic career management, and the doors that America's Got Talent opened for her. Just months after her AGT Champions finale, in August 2020, Republic Records announced they had signed 14-year-old Angelina Jordan to a major label deal. This wasn't just any record label. Republic Records represents some of the biggest names in music, from Ariana Grande to Taylor Swift to The Weeknd. For Angelina, the signing represented validation from the American music industry and the partnership she had been waiting for since turning down those early record deals after Norway's Got Talent. Her first single under Republic Records, Million Miles, dropped in November 2020, self-written by Angelina and produced by hitmaking duo Stargate, the Norwegian production team behind hits for Beyoncé, Rihanna, and Sam Smith. The song showcased a more contemporary pop sound, while maintaining Angelina's signature soulful vocals, accumulating over 1 million streams on Spotify within months. She followed up with singles Seventh Heaven, Love Don't Let Me Go, Old Enough, and Our Time, each release demonstrating her evolution as both a vocalist and songwriter. In 2024, Angelina collaborated with renowned producer Toby Gad, releasing several cover songs, and their co-written original Bad Valentine under Gad's Kite Records label, before becoming an independent artist once again in 2025. As of 2025, Angelina Jordan's net worth is estimated at approximately $5 million, according to multiple financial sources including Equity Atlas and Celebrity Net Worth. This impressive figure for an 18-year-old reflects her diverse income streams, album sales, and streaming royalties from her extensive catalog of original music and covers, concert performances, and live appearances around the world, social media monetization across platforms where her combined following exceeds 1 million people, brand endorsements and collaborations with major names in the music industry, and her highly successful YouTube channel, which has garnered over 114 million views since its launch. Angelina lives a luxurious lifestyle split between Oslo, Norway, where she maintains her connection to her roots and family, and Los Angeles, California, where she has resided since 2018 to pursue her American music career. According to sources, though Angelina cannot legally own property until she's of age, she lives in lavish accommodations befitting her status as an international recording artist. She reportedly owns several luxury vehicles, though at 18 she has only recently become old enough to drive them herself. Her fashion choices reflect her artistic sensibility, often featuring vintage-inspired looks that match her old soul musical style, and she continues to perform exclusively barefoot, honoring the promise she made as a 6-year-old child. But perhaps what's most remarkable about Angelina's lifestyle isn't the financial success or the material comforts. It's how she has used her platform and resources to give back to causes she cares deeply about. She has raised millions of euros for children's charities in Germany and Norway. She performs regularly at benefit concerts, including multiple appearances for the Norwegian Cancer Society. She uses her social media platforms to raise awareness about climate change, poverty, and social justice issues. She advocates for mental health awareness, speaking openly about how music has helped her manage stress and emotions as she navigates the pressures of fame at such a young age. Angelina maintains close relationships with the judges who championed her on ACT. Heidi Klum revealed in a 2024 interview that she and Angelina remained friends, with Angelina visiting Heidi when she was in Los Angeles and Heidi posting about her talented protégé regularly on social media. Heidi's 13-year-old daughter is reportedly a huge fan, creating a sweet connection between the supermodel judge and her Norwegian Golden Buzzer recipient. This ongoing friendship demonstrates that Heidi's emotional reaction during that Bohemian Rhapsody audition wasn't just for television. It was genuine recognition of something special. Angelina's social media presence continues to grow exponentially, with over 850,000 Instagram followers, nearly 1 million YouTube subscribers, and hundreds of thousands more across TikTok and other platforms. She recently announced a headlining show in Las Vegas, marking another milestone in her American career trajectory. She has performed at Germany's Next Top Model, singing Love on the Brain, Valerie, and One Moment in Time for Heidi Klum's show. She has collaborated with pianist Aurélien Froissart on spontaneous performances at London train stations that have gone viral. She continues to release new music regularly, with recent singles including What a Wonderful World, multiple versions of Bad Valentine, and covers of songs like If I Were a Boy. Her message to aspiring performers remains consistent with the values that have guided her since childhood. Stay true to yourself, don't compromise your artistic vision for commercial success. Remember those less fortunate even as you achieve your dreams, and understand that music is a gift meant to be shared with the world. Angelina speaks openly about the challenges of balancing her career with normal teenage experiences, about missing out on some typical adolescent milestones because she's been working professionally since age 7, about the pressure to maintain her success while continuing to grow, evolve as an artist. Looking toward the future, Angelina has expressed interest in expanding beyond music into music production and potentially starting her own label, allowing her to maintain artistic independence and help other young artists navigate the industry. She has spoken about wanting to use her platform to make meaningful change in the world, particularly around issues affecting children and the environment. She dreams of performing at the world's greatest venues and collaborating with the remaining jazz legends she has idolized since childhood. Most importantly, she wants to continue honoring the barefoot promise she made as a 6-year-old girl, using her voice and success to remind the world that there are still children suffering, still children without shoes, still work to be done. Angelina Jordan proved that talent combined with determination, strategic career management, and unwavering authenticity can overcome any obstacle, any critic's doubt, any challenge the entertainment industry throws at a young performer. She took Heidi Klum's Golden Buzzer and transformed it into a multi-million-dollar empire built not just on viral moments and talent show success, but on genuine artistry, social consciousness, and a voice that music legends recognize as truly special. From singing Gloomy Sunday at age 7 in Norway, to reimagining Bohemian Rhapsody at 13 in America, to building an independent music career at 18, Angelina's journey embodies the power of staying true to your vision while remaining humble enough to remember where you came from. Her bare feet on every stage serve as a constant reminder that even as we chase our dreams and build our empires, we must never forget those who have nothing. What do you think about Angelina Jordan's incredible journey from an 8-year-old winner in Norway to an 18-year-old multi-millionaire recording artist living between Oslo and Los Angeles? Let us know in the comments below. Which talent show contestant should we cover next? Drop your suggestions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another inspiring story. As for Angelina Jordan, her story is far from over, and we can't wait to see what heights her barefoot journey.